I'm gonna tell you my number one problem with VR. I worked on a couple of VR demos over the years, and my biggest gripe is that, sup y'all, it's John Master Lee here, and lo and behold, I'm looking at the Google homepage trending number one, a Half-Life game? Do my eyes and my mind deceive me? Have I just lost my marbles? Am I in a Matrix or something? Like, this can't be real here. But sure enough, Half-Life Alyx trailer is out. Now, this isn't the official Half-Life sequel we all been looking for, that we all been hungry for. Man, I at this point just kind of given up on it. I kind of treat it like a urban legend and myth that I tell my children, if I had children. And my mind's playing tricks on me lately. But man, it's been at least 10 plus years since I jumped into this game world. And that's not even when I was playing Half-Life 2. I think 10 years ago or so, I was messing around a lot with Gary's mod. So yeah, it's been a long freaking time. That's why Valve still can't count to the next number. I mean, shoot, come on. We all know kids can even count that far. Most of us can even count that far in another language. I think this is going to have to satiate us for now. I mean, I thought most people would have just kind of written this off at this point, but lo and behold, here we are. Look at this, number one. So I'm going to check it out. I cannot wait to see what this is about. Boom, trusty headphones on, and let's do this. And away we go. Ooh, oh, Steam VR. Man, this wasn't the Half-Life I was looking for. Oh my. Oh God.
Alyx?
That actually gave me a startle.
If we can get this weapon, what we're doing here could change things forever.
Oh my God, this looks good. Oh my God, this looks so good.
I'm gonna head inside, find a way out.
Oh, that don't look good. I hate freaking mini games.
I'm with you every step of the way.
You're gonna need a gun. Don't worry, it's unloaded. It's unloaded now.
I mean, this looks like a legit
Combine
shooter.
really picking up. They know you're coming. You need to get out of here now. Oh God.
They've got Dad.
God, this
They're
looks
gonna find
really
out what
good,
he knows,
actually.
And then they're gonna
And this looks like a straight up story sequel, at least. This.
I'm so sorry, baby.
You will not save him. Alyx Vance alone cannot prevent his fate.
Close your eyes, honey.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that looks good even. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This was not at what I was expecting at. Oh, that little slide. Oh God. Oh. Okay, all right, I'll admit. You know what? They really reignited my interest in this again. Ah, God. So much great nostalgia. I remember playing the first and second game. So good. My God. No, this is what propelled Valve into its dominant position today. It wasn't Steam, it was this game. That being said, as someone who has worked on VR stuff before, and this was back maybe 2 years ago now, when I used to head up a game division, a sort of like a Skunksworks lab inside of Loot Crate. Had my own team, would play around with all sorts of cool new technologies from AR to VR. My team will work on all sorts of really cool projects. In fact, one of them ended up winning our company-wide hackathon. And we would invite people from all over the company to come by and play these games on VR. And I tell you, across the board, didn't matter if you were a skeptic or a believer, the first time anyone put on that headset, they're instantly blown away. Some people would have their mouth drop and they're just looking around in complete awe. Others cower into the corner because they can't handle the intensity of the reality. Everyone was blown away. But for me, having played with it for a number of months, my tune started to change. My enthusiasm for VR changed. My general feeling about VR today is still a little, biggest problem I have is that it's still just a novelty. There are a couple things that to me really need to be addressed before VR is going to be honestly, like in everyone's household. First, it's the technology. The technology just ain't there. I'm talking about the resolution, and I'm talking about the frame rate, and I'm talking about the field of vision. When you have all three of these things added together, it's enough that today when you play long enough, a lot of people still get that, ugh. It's that. And it's because the resolution is just low enough. It at least needs to be 4K across the board. In terms of the frame rate, it needs to be at least 60 frames a second. If it's even higher than that, like double, all the better, because that'll help eliminate some of that nausea. And that tunnel vision that you get when you put on those headsets and it looks like you're looking through a tube, that's your field of vision, which is very narrow in a lot of the headsets today. What I want to be able to see is the headsets where, you can just look straight and you move your eyes left and right. You'll be able to see that virtual world around you, right? You don't have to keep turning left or right just to see what's there to your left and what's there to your right. And not to say that this technology doesn't exist today. I'm sure in some experimental form, you combine all of that together. There is headsets out there that can do that. And I'm even willing to bet there's some PC that's strong enough to be able to pull that off. The problem is that when you combine that with the price point, now we got a problem, because even the best headsets that are commercially available today are like about $1,000, and they're not even close to feeling like a perfect experience. I mean, and with the two additional gripes, which I still think are technology limitations. One is that the headset is just heavy enough. If you were to play a game for about 30 minutes or so, your neck is going to strain. You're going to feel it, which is not something you want to feel when you're gaming. Like gaming for 30 minutes, whether on your PC or on your console, like that time flies, right? Because you're comfortable, you're lounging on your couch, you're just chilling, and you don't think anything of it. In VR, you feel it. And the other thing is the limitation with all the wires, right? Because you got to get connected to a system and you move around. It's easy to get tripped up. It's pulling on you. Now, I know for all you VR nuts out there are headsets out there that are now wireless. But I'm telling you, you need to have all that combination together that I'm talking about here before I think this becomes something more than just a novelty that is going to be in everyone's homes, and there are going to be more amazing games like this created, because I think right now the limitation of more software being available is this issue. Just not enough people are adopting this technology today. And so for me, I kind of have written off VR. I have headsets somewhere around here that I don't even use anymore. And honestly, I don't even care. Like in my mind, I just want VR to be ready by the time I'm a senior citizen, 80 some years old, where I'm stuck in a senior citizen home. I can't move around. I can't control my bowels. I'm just going to sit there and veg out. And I can just put on my headsets. And it feels like I could travel the world anywhere I want to go. That's what I'm hoping to be able to experience one day. I don't need it now. But hey, let's just get back to this game, shall we? Because beyond the VR bias that I have here, yeah, this looks damn freaking good. I mean, this looks like, I just wish this was just like all of you. Like, come on, Valve. You can count to 3 at this point. This looks really good. It looks like there's a legit storyline that is going on here. This isn't just some sort of side quest mission. I hope they actually flesh out the world, continue the story further. It looks beautiful, well rendered. It looked like they actually did a couple of interesting things here to make it very VR specific in terms of like the way you draw the lines, the way you can see your hands. Looks really, really smooth. So if someone's going to do VR well, given the limitations of the technology today, Valve is. Valve, is a juggernaut in the industry. They will spend whatever amount of money they have, which is gobs and gobs of money, to do something like this. That being said, they have one of the craziest corporate cultures in the world where people can work on anything. And because of that, people gravitate towards, working on things that either are passion projects of their own, or they work on things that makes them the most money because they get huge bonuses. And for whatever reason, I guess there ain't enough people at Valve that wants to work on Half-Life 3. I mean, I always thought there was some sort of little team that's working on this on the side, or something that had been kept quiet for many, many years. But shoot, it's been over a decade. Like, nothing's coming along. So I don't know. I don't know if anyone's working on it or not at this point. Valve, if anything, Let this be an indication how much people want something again in this game world. A VR game that is trending #1 on YouTube. Trust me, it's not because of the VR. All right, man, enough with this VR hate. Peace out.
They've got Dad.
They're gonna find out what he knows, and then they're gonna kill him.
All this is my fault. I never told you. I couldn't. I'm so sorry, baby.